I think it does. I think it does, because one of the things that we've done running in parallel with this is for the catchment management plan, we've actually held a meeting in Otley where we invited people who work and live up and down the whole of the wharf. So all the way from source right the way down to about Tadcaster, which is when it turns into the lower Ouse, to get their ideas of what they would like to see happening on the wharf and what they see as the issues on the wharf. So in that respect, yes, it links in quite well. And in fact, we were able to having made that link into Otley, get a fairly good representation from Otley, which is good. We had Jason, we had Paul, we had Mick Bradley. We were also able to invite other councillors from Leeds and Bradford. So we actually, the wharf is a very complex river, not just in how it reacts to flooding, but also all the organisations that you've got involved, because you've got North Yorkshire at the source, then it goes into Bradford, then it goes into Leeds, then it goes into North Yorkshire again. And so you've got all these agencies involved. You've also got the Environment Agency and their different teams, the flood teams, the environment teams. Then on top of that, you've got national parks, AONBs, you name it, the River Wharf manages to bring it in along its length. And it's a very rapid responder to flooding. It's one of the quickest responding rivers in the country.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does. By bringing the community in, it does match with what the Rivers Trust and what we're trying to do with the Yorkshire Dales Rivers Trust, and in particular the Dales to Vale Rivers Network, which is something we host for the Environment Agency on a catchment basis, and links in with what we're doing on the other catchment in the partnership, which is the Swale, Ure, Nid and Ouse catchment, which is quite big as well. So yes, they all link in together. It's helped me in that I'm in meetings with, I was in one yesterday on the Wharf Flood Management Partnership, and there we have Michelle talking about modelling on the wharf. I didn't feel flummoxed. I still don't quite know what the difference between a 1D and a 2D model is, but I can find that out. I don't feel flawed. When they're talking about modelling, I do not feel flawed. I feel I have enough of an understanding to not be sitting there going, I've got no idea what they're talking about.
Great.
And I think other people in the room feel the same about it too. You've got more of a feel to be able to go in and say, can I just check, what have you used here, and what does that actually mean, and how does that differ from this, and then it brings on to the next stage, which is the understanding of how flood defences get decided upon, and what, more matter-of-factly, what they consider as critical infrastructures, rather than, is it just properties, is it properties and roads, is it, how does this all fit in together? That's a bit of the next stage for me to learn a bit more about. So I'd like to build on what we've got there already, maintain it, and get sort of links into Otley for saying, well, the flood levels can be reduced, there are other things we can do, we can get more benefits. Help us, we would like to be involved to help you get those extra benefits, and thinking about whether there's any natural flood measures that could be put in between the river and any banks or stuff like that would help to slow things down.
Dan got very excited when he was like,
yeah,
we could put a meadow in.
We could put a meadow on, we could do some tree planting, perhaps we could put a scrape in. There's lots of things that could happen. And if it's benefiting wildlife as well as the houses, then that would be fantastic. I think the advantage with this project is that it's a local community being able to raise this with those larger bodies and be quite, not emphatic, but clear, and have the background to be able to go, well, look, these are our findings. Do they match with your findings? If not, why not? What's the difference? But also to then work with the council. I mean, the last meeting was quite useful in that the Leeds City Council were there and the Environment Agency, and I was really pleased with the fact that, you know, it was decided that it would be a joint discussion and a joint publication and information coming out. I thought that was really good. I felt that also gave more value to the project and to the local residents and how they've been affected. I feel that the project has helped them to find their voice and to be listened to, which is good. In terms of engagement with the community, yes, because it gave us a really good link in with the community and how they were feeling about things. And I'm sort of hoping that as part of the continuation work with the catchment management plan, that we can keep that in place. I found it a really interesting project to be involved in and really useful.